Hey everybody, good evening. Happy Friday. It's Damon Gonzalez from the Slip Punches Show, Latinbox Sports. It's nice to be back tonight. We came back with a little special show this evening. We want to thank our sponsors. We're powered by Empire Pro Tape. Thank you, Empire Pro Tape, for always looking out for us, for always looking out for the fighters. Very humbling. It's one big community, one big family. I want to dedicate this show, of course, in the loving memory of my dear friend, Xavier Porter. Xavier Porter was a boxing writer, entrepreneur from Brooklyn, New York. He's a gentleman that I knew for many, many years. We've covered hundreds and hundreds of fights together, sat ringside together, worked together in many, many events, many, many press conferences. He's definitely going to be missed, and I pay tribute to him as a dear friend, a dear person that we admire, we love very, very dearly. My personal deepest condolences to his family and of course the friends and teams and everybody who revolved around him. And in boxing, we've suffered a great loss in the sport. I want to thank Anthony, and I want to thank Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, and the Zone. Listen, they've really they've paid a tribute to Xavier in Madison Square Garden during the press conference this week in New York City for Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. They had a chair with his photo, like he was there with us, and in spirit he was, So, it was very humbling to see that. It's very nice that they've moved forward in doing such a tribute to him, which they're going to be doing on Fight Night as well. So once again, we're going live on the show. We have a very special guest that we want to bring on. I had the opportunity to see him fight in the amateurs and definitely see him fight as a pro. He just came off a big win in front of Tampa Bay, and the undercard of Jake Paul. So Jeovanny Estela, we want to welcome to the show this evening. And let's put Jeovanny on right now. Jeovanny, how you doing, champ?
I'm doing great, Damon. How about yourself?
Good. Welcome to the Slip Punches Show. How you doing?
Everything's good. The training's going well and stuff like that. We're almost going to our third training of the day.
Hey, I'll tell you. Let's rewind the clock a little. I remember when I first met you a couple of years back. I was working an event, an amateur show. That we came in with the National Boxing Association and we sanctioned the amateur fights for that show. And you fought on that card. And it was very impressive watching you fight, get in the ring and do your thing as a young man. Very focused, very poised. Do you remember that time?
Yeah, I definitely remember. I still have the NBA medals to prove it.
Yeah, that's right, man. Because you fought hard for that medal, man. You put it in.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Right there, I knew we were seeing something very, very special in you.
Thank you.
And you turned pro, and right now you've breezed through 6 fights, 6 very, very competitive fights, 2 by knockout. You've pretty much done your thing in the pros. The difference, of course, between the amateur and the pros. Tell us how things are going, and tell us how that training camp's going for your next fight.
Things are going great. I actually love the transition to pros. It gives me more time, even though it's from 3 rounds to 4 rounds. Just that extra round gives you a good chance to show your skills more. And my next fight is actually going to be February 19th. That's going to be my first 6-rounder, so I'm very excited to do that. Gives me more time to show my skill, boxing IQ, and stuff like that. But this camp has been one of my favorites so far. I've been training 3 times a day. I have training at 6 p.m. with my father and my cup man. So my father's Jeovanny Estela and my cup man's Juan Lopez. And every day at 12 o'clock, I have training with my strength and conditioning coach, Craig Danger Duncan. So we're training 3 times a day, and we're feeling super in shape for this February 19th fight.
Hey, man, I'll tell you, big shout out to Craig, man. That's my dude right there. And look, he really gets in ground. He works with a lot of UFC fighters and boxers. So, big respect to him and what he's doing. And that's really great to hear on your end that you're getting that piece of work added to your team and stuff like that.
Yeah, he has great workouts. It's always a workout that leaves you wanting a break because it's in a row, in a row, in a row, and it's you could tell the difference after just a week, 2 weeks, and I've been doing it for now 2 to 3 months with him, and the change has been another level. The power in the punches on the 9th round and 10th round straight of sparring, it's still there, and part of that is from his workouts that I do almost 3 times a week.
On the pro level, I remember I've shot a fight that you fought in, a couple of them, but actually one of them that I do recall and remember, like off the top of my head, was in Plant City. You fought under the Pro Box label, and you went in there into Plant City, and you fought in the ring. And I remember what's nice about your style that I like is you use your distance. As a taller young man, you use your distance very, very well, and you have guys just walk right into your shots.
Yes, some of the people, or most of the people that I fight, since I'm a 6-foot welterweight, most of the people are going to be 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", and they have to try to get inside if I'm not pushing them back. So yeah, it's exactly like setting up traps, setting up down low, setting up high to step back and hopefully get them into that trap.
Now, Jeovanny, 147, that's very normal for you. That's your weight. That's your class.
Yes.
You put in that guy out that night in Plant City with just a great hook. You caught him very cleanly, very flush, and it was during the counter shot. So it shows very clearly in the pros that you're not scared to engage.
No, I like engaging. Most people think because I'm 6 foot and I have these long arms that I don't know how to fight inside, and it's the contrary. I like fighting inside, outside, lefty or righty.
And definitely as a young man, you're learning as you're going along. And how's that working out for you? Because, I'll tell you, you're a boxer, you fight. I've seen you fight in the pro level, but I want to use the word motivation. You're motivated.
I'm very motivated. Every fight I learn more, even after the wins, because in the amateurs you suffer a loss and it's like the end of the world, but it's not. You learn from that and you come back for it for all the other wins to come. So where I learn most of my stuff is in my sparrings in the pro, because you don't really want to learn from a loss. You want to keep that as long as possible without an L. But I learn from my wins and I learn from my sparrings for sure. I learn on the job.
And I'll tell you, your dad puts you in there with some good guys, and you definitely get a lot of work in and what have you. And it's no easy giving for you. Whoever they put in front of you, you work with. And talk about how important that is to you as an athlete to get in there and get some really hard work.
It's very important. I've noticed over the years that if you're dominating in sparring, let's say I go a whole camp for a month with the same person, I'm dominating in sparring, it's not going to help me. If I go against 2 to 3 people that I'm having trouble with, and little by little I start catching up to them, that's where you see the progress. And this camp has been just like that. It's been going with different people from different gyms, different pros, people making their pro debut that are either a heavier weight or a little bit more, a little bit stronger, stuff like that. And it tests me, and the boxing IQ shows there for sure.
Now, of course, as you know, the boxing world's the boxing world, and every boxing person involved in it, we're fans too, of course. This weekend, we have Florida's Keith One-Time Thurman going in the ring with Mario Barrios. Have you gave it any thought of what you think of that fight between Barrios and Keith Thurman? You have any thoughts on that fight?
I do have some thoughts. I'm super happy to see Keith Thurman back in the ring. And I think it's going to be hell of a fight, especially for his comeback fight, for him to choose Mario Barrios as the fight to come back. It's going to be an amazing fight. After you saw how Barrios was doing the first couple of rounds with Davis, this is going to be a great fight. He has tremendous skill, good boxing movement, and then you got Keith with good skill, crazy power. So that's Keith one time right there. I'm excited for tomorrow's fight.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely going to be a good one. It's going to be a good banger between them both and stuff like that. Orlando Fernandez gives you a shout out from our show.
Hey, nice to see you, Orlando.
Another thing is like, don't you think about it for a second. Don't you sit back and like oh wow, I did it, and where I'm coming from is we just had this event some months ago here in the Tampa Bay area, and it was a Showtime Championship Boxing, brung boxing to Florida, and we had the Jake Paul card, which you and your team got the phone call, and you were able to fight on that card. You know what's funny about that card? Now that I think about it, champ, what's funny about that card is you were the opening fight of the night, and when I started shooting with the camera your fight, and I started clicking and looked because I examined and I watched both fighters in the ring doing their thing. It's not just clicking, click, 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 click. We see what's going on. And the one thing that really came to mind that I want to share with you is seems so normal for you. You were in there like it was just a fight, and you were in there doing exactly what Jeovanny does. And I don't know, I sense no hype from you. I sense nothing out of the ordinary. I think it was just the bell rang, and I caught you at times, even in the photos, looking over to your dad, like, yeah. I caught you doing that. So everything was pretty much on target.
Yeah, definitely. It's very normal in the sense that whenever I'm walking to the ring, that's the only time where I get the nerves out. When I'm walking to the ring, I'm more anxious to get in the ring and hear that first bell. Once the first bell rings, it's normal. I did this almost 80 times as an amateur. As soon as that bell rings, it goes to work. So there's certain times where I'm in the middle of the fight, or the guy will hold me or something, and I'll hold them, and I'll look towards Papi, and I'll be like, nah, he's hurt, or he's this. So I'll go to the corner sometimes, and I'll talk to Papi, and I'll be like, this round, I'm taking him out. This round, I'm going to work on body. And Papi's telling me, do this, do this. He tells me what he sees and stuff. So it's very pleasurable to be working with my dad. And for all these years, I started when I was 8, 9 years old, and now 21 years old, I'm still with the same team, and it's working. So I'm super excited.
That's definitely great to hear. And it's also great to know that, again, you have elevated super quickly and getting an opportunity like that so fast in your career.
Yeah, that was amazing. So we got the call, and we couldn't believe it. Me and my dad hugged it out and stuff. And I definitely realized it was a dream come true, just to fight on Showtime, just to turn professional. Last year when I did debut professional, when I started at 8, 9 years old, I never thought I would be where I'm at right now. When I was 14, 15 years old and I'm still fighting, I got 40, 50 amateur fights, I didn't think I would still be a 6-0 pro. I would get to where I'm at now. And this is just the start of what's to come. So me and my dad were looking at the Showtime as the biggest opportunity we've got yet, but a super small taste of what's to come.
Definitely. And your surrounding, man, Orlando and everybody that loves you and supports you, and how many people came out to support you that night?
Oh my God! So
what are we looking at? You had buses of people come?
Yes, we had a whole bunch of people. People were buying their tickets all together. So we had different gyms, giving the money to one person for everybody could sit together and stuff like that. So they didn't even give me a code, because we asked them, listen, we know we're gonna be able to sell tickets because it's only an hour and a half away. If it was in a different state, it's harder for me to sell tickets. But an hour and a half away from Orlando, I could sell. And I could put butts in those seats. And they said, no, all you got to do is come fight and you'll get paid. So when we saw the crowd and all the familiar faces and stuff like that, it was great to see the support. And all the Tampa people were super loving. Before and after the fight, I was getting pictures. I couldn't walk 50 feet without getting pictures or an autograph signed. Or after the fight, I was drying myself. This was the one of the craziest experiences for me.
It was serious when the Florida Athletic Commission referee raised your hand in the ring.
My God.
Emily freaking Arena in Tampa Bay. Yeah. What were the thoughts running through your mind that time?
It was crazy. Like sometimes I get like tearful, like about to tear up. When they raised my hand and I'm screaming and all the crowd is screaming. There was around 8,000, 9,000 people in that first fight alone. So
wow.
And the hit, and it was like a bomb was going off with all the crowd. whoa, and I was like, these people love what's happening. They love the fight.
That's what it's all about, right?
It's amazing. The feeling is second to none.
Giovanni, take this time and take this moment. I always ask the fighters, the athletes, reflect a minute and give your loving shout out to all of your supporters. Sometimes I don't use the word fans, but people that are behind you as a professional boxer. Just give a shout out to all the people that really believe in your brand and that support you.
I really want to give a super big shout out, super big thank you to all my fans, family, and people that support me, whether it's watching live, whether it's watching through stream, or even supporting with a double tap on Instagram. The comments that you guys give me, the support that you guys give me is amazing, and without you guys, there is no Jova, there is no Rayo. So I really thank everybody for all the support that I give. I'm lucky to be on the good side of everybody.
El Rayo is definitely a great name. It's a great nickname. And how did you come about getting that nickname for yourself?
So that came in. We at first there was different nicknames that we were looking for and stuff like that, and that came in the amateurs when I was still 16 years old, like 16, 17 years old, and it was actually before I got sponsored by Tidal, and that's a whole different story. But I had gotten some pants done, some custom pants done. And I had already had the name, and we put that lightning ball. And it was off of a streak that I went through in sparring that it was for like a good week or two. I was dropping everybody in sparring, whether it was headshot, body shot. And the body shot, it was like Papi said, it was like they got hit with lightning. I would hit them with an uppercut, and boom, the body shot would hit. And then you would see them take a knee, or they would turn around or something like that. But it was like a shot of lightning, Papi said. We found it to be great, fitting.
I definitely got to plug that in on top of what you just said. Listen, shout out to Mr. Ward and Tidal. They truly believe in the fighters, the males, the females. They love their fighters. How humbling is knowing that you can open a catalog, a title, get it in the mail, and your face is in there. Isn't that great? It's insane.
It's crazy. I would never, ever 9-10 years ago when I started to think that this stuff would happen. From the first photo shoot that ever happened, I was grinning the whole time. They had to tell me, listen, boxers don't smile all the time. So it was always really fun. Doug and his whole family are tremendous. We actually got the outfit coming in soon for this fight next week. So it's going to be really nice.
So tell everybody and the ones that are just tuning in, when is your fight date? When do you expect it to be back in the ring?
So I'm expected to be back in the ring next Saturday, February 19th, in Louisville, Kentucky. That's going to be my first 6-rounder as a pro. I'm 6-0 with 2 knockouts. And it's going to be live streamed on Univision. So that's going to be awesome too.
That's beautiful. That's great news. And Have Gloves Will Travel, huh?
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about, because in this sport, hey, home cooking's good. But when you get the call and they're like, look, Las Vegas, Nevada, let's go.
Yes.
Madison Square Garden, let's go. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to get that call. I know we're going to be ready for whenever we get that call. But it's definitely amazing to get a call, even to Kentucky or to wherever I go fight. This is going to be my first out-of-state fight. And I'm super excited to perform in front of a different set of fans. I'll have my fans from home watching me, hopefully through the live or through Instagram or something like that. But it's going to be a great experience.
I always ask about the boxer's thinking process during one of the most significant times of your training, and that's when you're running.
Yeah,
when you're doing your road work and you're on the road and you're out there. And you put it in miles and you put it in the work. Man, how humbling it is to have such the amazing support from your family.
It's really good. When I'm running and when I'm training and when I do my sprints and stuff, I do all my running in the sprints in the morning. I do it at 5:30 in the morning. I wake up. My father wakes me up at like 4:45, 5 o'clock. We're on the way to the track. 5:30. We're starting with my team and my Cupman's team, Team La Familia, from Juan Lopez. It's a group of stars, a group of pros. It's 5 of us, and all of them got upcoming fights. So we all help each other. We all spar with each other, and it's amazing to train with such a good team. And it's very humbling. It's very humbling because when you're running, when you're training with each other, you guys are all pushing each other, sprinting next to each other, running next to each other, and you all know this is what's going to pay off. This is what's going to pay your bills. If you go into the 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, this is what's putting that gas in your tank. So it's very good.
I would like for you to take also a moment and share about the office, share about the gym that you and your dad, wrap the hands, look at each other, time to punch in the clock, time to work. Talk about your surrounding in your gym.
Okay, so we start the day off, right? Papi wakes me up at 4:45. 5 o'clock, we go to the gym, to the track, and we do that running. After that, my dad goes to work. My dad works. I work, but on certain days and certain hours, I do personal training classes. So at 12 o'clock, I go with training with Craig Duncan, and we do the Danger Team workout. That's like an hour and a half, hour 20, straight hard work. And they're always different workouts. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they're always different workouts. And then I go home to rest up a little bit, eat my second meal, and then on the way to the gym at 6 to get there at 6:30. And we're training. I'm training with my father and with Juan Lopez. And we do our mitts, we do our sparring. We're actually training at SOHK right now at the moment. That School of Hard Knocks. Shout out to Jason Galarza. We love where we're at. We love where we're training. We've definitely seen a big improvement in the training, sparring, and in the fights as well. So we're looking forward to see a good improvement on this fight as well.
Thank you very much for touching on that, because that's awesome to hear, and that's great news. And shout out to the Galarza family, bro. I love them to pieces. They're great people.
Of course, awesome people.
Champ, how can people that are just tuning in, that are just getting to know you, how can they follow you on social media? What are your handles?
So my handles are all the same, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. It's going to be Jeovanny Estela, the same way you see my name, but together. So on Instagram, it's Jeovanny Estela with no spaces. And on Facebook, it's Jeovanny space Estela.
So Jeovanny is a professional athlete, as a boxer, as a prize fighter, as everything that's contributing to this wonderful start of chapter and where you are. What does boxing mean to you?
Boxing, it seems cliche to say, but boxing is my life, honestly. My dad jokes around sometimes and be like, you better hope that this works, because this is all you know. I took you out. I took you from 8 years old, 9 years old, out of baseball, out of basketball, to do boxing. So this is all you know, buddy.
Saludo. Good to see you.
Esto es como decimos los hispanos y los boricuas, especialmente decimos, más vale que te salgas esto, porque no sirves para más nada.
Yeah.
So, ya tú sabes que estamos a topa con esto.
Así mismo. Gracias, papi.
Bien.
Yeah, so
Jeovanny, listen, on behalf of Latinbox Sports, we really thank you for coming on the show, and we hope in the near future we can have you come back on.
Thank you. Definitely. Maybe after one of the upcoming fights, whenever you guys want me back on, I'd love to show face.
Definitely. Thank you, champ, very much, and you have a great night. You keep on punching. We're going to be tuning into your fight. Put on your social media the link and where people can watch the fight and stream the fight, because that's important to deliver that information. Send it to us, and we'll shoot it out to people as well.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Damon. And shout out Latinbox.
Thank you, champ. Keep on punching. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Slip Punches show. That was Jeovanny Estela. What a great young kid. We're very super excited for him, and we're hoping that he continues to move forward and do big things in the sport of boxing. This is Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. We are out. Good luck to Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman in that tremendous undercard that they have going on tomorrow night on PBC pay-per-view. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we are out. Everybody have a good night.